Welcome back to AI Generated. Today we will explore a creative side of AI and show you 3 creepy stories generated by it. I dare you to watch till the end. Without further ado.
The doll in the attic. Emily was a young girl who lived in a large, old house with her parents. She loved to play in the attic, but one day she found something that would change her life forever. In a corner of the attic, she stumbled upon an old, creepy doll. Its glass eyes seemed to follow her every move, and its tattered dress was torn in places. Despite her discomfort, Emily decided to play with the doll. But as soon as she touched it, she felt an icy coldness that seeped into her bones. She couldn't shake the feeling that the doll was watching her, even when she was in her own room. Every night, Emily would wake up in a cold sweat, with the image of the doll's glass eyes burned into her mind. She tried to get rid of the doll, but it always seemed to find its way back to her. Finally, in a desperate attempt to rid herself of the doll, Emily went back to the attic to destroy it. But as she reached for it, the doll's mouth moved, and a voice whispered, "You're mine now." Emily screamed and tried to run, but the door was locked and she was trapped. The last thing she saw was the doll's glass eye staring at her as she was consumed by the evil that lurked in the attic. Her parents never saw her again, and the doll remained in the attic, waiting for its next victim. The abandoned cemetery. Despite the warnings, a group of teenagers decided to explore the abandoned cemetery one dark and stormy night. They laughed and joked as they walked among the graves, but as they reached the center of the cemetery, they felt a coldness that seeped into their bones. The ground beneath them started to shake, and the graves began to open. Suddenly, ghostly figures appeared from the graves, reaching out to grab the teenagers. They ran in terror, but the ghostly figures were always one step behind them. The teenagers found themselves trapped in the cemetery, surrounded by the spirits of the dead. As they huddled together, they heard a chilling voice whisper, "Welcome to your eternal home." The teenagers screamed, but their cries were silenced as they were consumed by the ghostly figures. Their bodies were never found, and the cemetery remained a place of terror, haunted by the spirits of the dead. The vanishing hiker. A hiker who loved to explore the wilderness disappeared one day while on a new trail. Despite extensive searches, no trace of him was ever found. Years went by, and the hiker was forgotten. But one day, a new hiker stumbled upon a strange scene in the mountains. There was a small camp with a fire pit and a sleeping bag, but no sign of the hiker. As the hiker approached the camp, he heard a strange, guttural sound coming from the shadows. Suddenly, he was attacked by a strange creature and fled for his life. Days later, the hiker returned to the camp with a search party, but they found no sign of the missing hiker or the strange creature. But as they were about to leave, the ground beneath them started to shake and a voice whispered, "He's mine now." The search party screamed and tried to run, but they were soon swallowed by the darkness. The hiker never returned from the mountains, and the strange creature remained a mystery, waiting to claim its next victim.
That's it for today. We hope you enjoyed this episode of AI Generated. Let us know in the comments what other videos you would like AI to generate for you next. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. See you in the next one.